This week, I guess, was so sick.
Welcome to the show!
Welcome to the show.
This is trekyeah number 33, I think.
Whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-whoop, whoop. Yeah.
I had an Uber driver. Best Uber driver I had in a while. It was late night, go about. I'm on an Uber moto. This is a story in itself, but we're on our way back and we're bullshitting. We're having a great time.
Telling a story and says, this is a story.
Anyway, we're on the way. He's driving me quite a way. It's like a 25-minute Uber moto, and we're having a great time. We're just shooting the shit, having a blast.
Riffin'
even, honestly. And at one point, he's like, "What does hold up mean? Like, what does hold up mean?" I was like, "Well, you know, like it's really just like stop, but more casual, you know." And
it's like, hold on a minute.
And he's like, "Do you know?"
It's like, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, hold on, wait a
I think I left
minute.
my consciousness in the sixth dimension.
Yeah, and
Did he
so
ask about Kendrick Lamar?
Anyway, then he was like, "You know the next episode?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "What? Of what show? Like, what are you talking about? Like the next episode of what show?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "Hold on, wait." You know, and in this Vietnamese accent, it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
And so that was really funny. But that whole story. On Friday, we had a friend's birthday. We went to 4-Piece Pizza, our favorite pizza spot. Yeah. One of our friends, he came a little bit later, and while he was sitting there in the restaurant, he's like, "Dude, I left my phone in my moped." And I was like, "Ooh, that's not good," because you know we're in like District 1, like where theft is like more of a thing. And so when we left the restaurant, sure enough, his phone was no longer in his moped. And he needed help getting home because he doesn't know the way, so I had to hop on the back and use my phone as the direction. We made it back okay, but then I was all the way in the north end of the city, which it took probably 20 minutes just to get an Uber. It was a whole fiasco. But you got a bike though, Jason. You don't need to use Uber anymore.
Yes, I did get a bike. I got it yesterday. I took it for a practice run. Got pretty scared. And then when we got back last night, pretty late, Walker took me for a little cruise on the empty streets, so you could say I'm getting the hang of it.
Showed him how to put in the gas.
Yeah, put the gas in. Who would have thought you still had to do that over here?
It's 2017.
Yeah. But today will be my first day driving it all the way to school in like rush hour, so might not be in the next trek in.
2 people that I work with in this past week have gotten in motorbike accidents.
Really?
My head Vietnamese teacher, she was driving home like late at night and got smashed by like a drunk guy. Came and hit her, and she like her leg, her whole shin was like red. She had gauze on it. She said like up her hip and on her side was scar, and the guy died.
No shit.
Holy shit.
Yeah, drunk old man.
Well, you know, like those intersections, like those 4-way intersections, like people just honk their horn a bunch and just speed through them. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yeah.
So yeah, we went to we had an old friend from high school. Was in town, so we went to for some drinks at the street food market.
What?
And that place, Brie.
Brie
And that place,
my freshman homecoming date. It was an amazing
Oh, yeah?
time. It was an amazing time.
Yeah, it sounds beautiful.
That's funny
And,
because my freshman homecoming day was your ex-girlfriend.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
that's good. Which one?
Just looking out,
Morgan.
looking out for each other's buddies,
Yeah.
girlfriends, girls. Yeah, it's vetting them.
Appreciate it, dude. You could have done a little better with the vetting process, but it's all right.
The street food market is an amazing place. We were there last night for Rachel's birthday.
My actual girlfriend.
Sure, she's real. She subscribes, right?
She subscribed, yeah.
Great.
I think so. She subscribed.
That place is amazing though. Like you go there, and unless you're with a group of like 10 people that you already know, like we were last night, you'll sit down next to some strangers and immediately you've made friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good
crazy.
spot.
Check it out next to 4Piece Pizza in Benton. Plug.
Jason, you had a school power outage.
Yeah, I was teaching my 3-hour class.
11 make a wish.
I wish
I
to
wish.
never teach that class again. I was teaching a 3-hour class, and about 50 minutes in, our whole building's power went out, and all the kids just start screaming because they think they're all going to get let out.
Yeah.
But they're like right before the age where like they still have to ask their parents about everything. Like their parents are Like the next class above us, they got to leave because it's like they're adults, so they can like figure out how to get home, or some of them ride home by themselves. So like that teacher just got to leave, but these kids, it's like their parents aren't here to pick them up, and their parents don't know about it, and like all our internet
roaming around.
Yeah, so like they can't let them out. So some classes were able to continue class with like their phone flashlight. This class was not having it. This is my rowdiest class, and they knew this was a good chance to get even rowdier.
Yeah.
So I pretty much spent the next hour and a half barricading my door so they couldn't leave, because our head teacher came down and was like, don't let the students leave. And then she said, under any circumstance, because I guess they just disappear and don't come back and things like that. So they were pretty determined to try to get out, but I had to barricade the door. So that was a lot of fun. Not really, but it's things like that where you just talk really, about later, I guess.
You just really love kids and you just love your job.
And it was an hour and a half of just pull, like tug of war. Just constant tug of war of like, no. And they were like, yes and no. And you didn't get to like sit them down and be like, hey, what sound does a duck make? Or like, something that would actually make that hour and a half go quicker than fighting with them in the dark.
Right. And they're all lined up right next to the door, like right next to me. And they're like, teacher, it's so hot, it's so hot. It's like, if you're not standing in somebody else's personal space, you might not be this hot. But they're like making this huge glob, trying to get out, trying to go to the bathroom. Teacher, may I go out? They're just going to disappear. So that was a lot of fun.
I had a lesson where the letter was I, and so there's a slide where it's like had a caterpillar with a bunch of different letters on it. It's like, what's this one? What's this one? What's this one? What's this one? Just a quick like refresh. And I wrote on the front, I was one of them, and I would go this one, and they go, I! And I was like, wait a second. And so if you don't know, we're from Iowa, and we went to school, at least these two went to school at Iowa, where every time our football team scores a touchdown, we do this thing. You don't know it, you Google it. Anyways, doing great.
You're telling the story.
So anyways, I wrote on the board, I-O-W-A, and I was pointing at the students. I was like, okay, what's this one? They go, I-O-W-A, I-O-W-A. And then I like split them up into groups. I was like, okay, you guys say I, you guys say O, you guys say W, you guys say I-O-W-A.
The Hawkeyes football team, the stadium chants that when we score a touchdown.
And now they're Hawkeyes fans and they have no idea.
So I've got another class that I teach that same lesson to on Saturday. I'll record it and I'll see if I can get them to do that. I-O-W-A. See if we can do that.
And then the wave.
Yeah, and then the wave. Turn around and wave. I also had a kid throw a booger at me. He was sitting
you
right.
You threw it? Or he flicked it?
He was sitting right. He threw it. He was sitting right in front of it. And like I'm teaching and I'm looking right at him and I see the whole process of him pick his nose, get this look in his eye, and throw it at me. I saw him. I look at him. I'm like, "Hey, stand up, Carrot!" And I'm like,
"Carrot?
Yeah,
stand up, Carrot."
He's one of my I really like this kid, but I was like, just look at him and disbelief. I'm like, "Did you really just?" And like I'm laughing because he like threw a booger at me. I'm like,
"Did he hit you?"
I was like, "Yeah, he like hit my my pants." And I was like, "Carrot, get up!" I was like, "Get out of here!" And I like put him out. I took him to the hallway where I was gonna like have him get talked to by a Vietnamese staff or something. And there's nobody out there, so I like closed the door. I'm like, "Carrot, what are you doing? You can't just throw a booger at me, dude." He's like, "Yeah." Like, say you're sorry.
He's like, "Holy cow, what just happened?"
He's like, "I'm sorry."
You blacked out.
Don't do it again.
Somewhere between the extraction and the toss, he just blacked out.
Yeah.
You know?
Man.
Sometimes you just can't control that urge to toss a booger at Walker. I can't say Carrot's alone in that. Andy, you can talk about something. Anything.
Anything. Just give us something here.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm gonna whip something up. So back when we lived in D2 when Santiago and Trent, our buddies from back home, were here. We lived in this place in D2. Oh, we were only there for what?
A week and a half.
2 weeks.
We lived right next to this mall where there was this like big arcade at the top of it.
So I don't know. I think I went more than you guys did, maybe. But that arcade was sweet. We'd go there. There was one game we would always try and play and beat and whatever. It was actually kind of a shitty arcade, but yeah, it was an arcade, you know.
I almost got tetanus from that arcade from smashing the high score at the Hammer Slam. But go ahead.
I got yelled at by a Vietnamese woman at that guy.
Yeah, you did.
Because you smashed the hammer thing.
No, because I tried to play the fish catching game, and it was her spot.
Your bag of coins.
I was playing this game where like you have to you put the coins in and you have to like fill up a beer with like water, and there's like 3 different taps and they go on and off. You have to like fill it up.
Yeah.
And then like I finished right when I finished. And then this person comes up and sets a beer on the thing, and then leaves. And I was like right in front of me, like I'm the only one playing this game. I was like, did I just like win a beer or like what's going on? And then she just left. I was like, there's no way she works here. But she just set a beer on my game. I don't know what she was doing, but
like a glass of beer or like a.
It was like a
plastic cup.
A plastic cup just
Did
full
it
of
say
beer. And
you are a winner on it?
It said a whole lot of nothing.
Okay.
It said this could be trada. But yeah, I went back to that arcade. It was good. Flashback memories. Good times.
Yeah, so if you're ever in D2, it's the Parks and Canterville, right off that big.
There's really nothing else to do in D2. Something else I did do though is I went to a farmer's market. It was sweet in the what's it called? Saigon Outcast Farmer's Market is awesome. Like tons of free samples. Could do half of them because my fucking 0 to 30 I can only drink water. Dumb. But they were like giving me like free samples of like espressos and beers and smoothies and I ate a bunch of stuff. Like they were just like throwing food at you. It was awesome.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of really cool like businesses that had their little things set up.
Speaking of craft beer, I went to this place called Biacraft. Biacraft.
I've seen that. Yeah.
For beer.
It's not that far from here.
No, it's down like
over on the
District 1.
Just by the Walmart, in between here and there.
And it's a really nice little place. They got a bunch of different beers. They have like all the beers are named Vietnamese like slang sayings that young people can say, like fuck off, like short but arrogant, like just different like common interesting phrases. I got a beer that wasn't brewed by the Biacraft place. It was called the Baby Fatso.
It sounds really good.
It was
right up my alley, dude.
It was a dark. You would have liked it. I think it was a stout.
A dark pale ale.
Dark Pilsner.
Oh, just a right nice heavy Pilsner.
Yeah, but
IPA pills.
I went there.
Pale
I had some hot mango habanero wings and blue cheese and some beer, and it felt like I was in Wisconsin.
Buffalo Wild Wings, Wisconsin.
Also had some ceviche. I had some ceviche at that place.
Who is ceviche? Who is
ceviche?
So,
do you guys know who ceviche is? If you can you please tag him in there?
tag him in the bio.
Alright, well, thanks for trekking in.
Yeah, it's been so sick, and wow. Someone give some energy to this close. And that's how
We
the
are
show
ending
goes.